Sudan's transitional government has signed an agreement with the United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, establishing an office with access to all parts of the country. The regime of ousted former President Omar al-Bashir denied external observers access to areas controlled by his government. The African Union last month lifted its suspension of Sudan's membership in the bloc, ending a 3-month freeze that had been in place pending the installation of a civilian government. But more than a month after the power-sharing deal was signed, some Sudanese say not much has changed, while others are expressing optimism that brighter days are ahead. Now, for more on Sudan's political transition, I'm joined by Dr. Mohamed Naji Al-Assam, a Sudan pro-democracy activist and spokesperson for the Sudanese Professionals Association. Dr. Mohamed, welcome to VOA and to Africa 54.
Welcome. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Now, are you satisfied so far with the gains made by the transitional government?
Yes, we believe this is a major step in the process of changing things in Sudan. The process of change in Sudan will take a long time. We are speaking about a dictatorship that has ruled Sudan for 30 years, and it needs time to move things around and to put Sudan in the track of change, but it is going now, yeah.
A lot of people are very optimistic. It's only been 6 weeks rather since the transitional government was formed, and they've made a couple of strides, like we just mentioned, about opening a new UN Human Rights Office in Sudan. What are some of the key issues you expect them to accomplish in the next several weeks?
Yes, the opening of the Office of the High Commission of Human Rights itself is a huge step in ensuring the rights and the freedoms of the Sudanese people. And it was one of the major issues demanded by the armed rebel movements in Sudan. So now we have this office opened in Sudan, and we hope that it will work in ensuring the sustainability of the human rights status in Sudan, especially in the conflict areas like Darfur, Blue Nile and Nuba Mountains. And a lot of other issues are demanding, and the government should take care of, like making the reforms needed to put Sudan in the track of sustainable democracy expected after 3 years of the transition period.
Now, with regards to former ousted President Omar al-Bashir's conviction with his co-accused, what do you expect to see in the trial?
Yeah, Omar al-Bashir now is in prison. He's in Kober prison. It is a central prison in Khartoum city. Alongside him is other members of the previous regime, more than 20 members of the previous regime and NCP. And now he is tried regarding cases of corruption, but other issues are rising as well. We are speaking about the issues of the genocide on Darfur, the wars in Blue Nile and Nuba Mountains, the torture of activists and the killing of thousands and thousands of Sudanese people. All these are waiting for Omar al-Bashir to be tried against.
Now, very briefly, what next for pro-democracy activists like you? Are you hoping to run for a political office soon?
No, we have now this 3 years, very challenging period in the history of Sudan. We are in the edge of transforming our country into a full democracy after 3 years, and we need to work very hard to ensure a very strong civil society which stands around the pillars and the concepts of change, which guards this change and stand strong for every challenge that definitely will face the transitional period.
Dr. Mohamed, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Dr. Mohamed Naji Al-Assam, a spokesperson for the Sudanese Professionals Association.